The man, the myth, the legend, Shigeru Miyamoto said that he believes that the Nintendo Switch has the ability to prolong its life cycle in comparison to past Nintendo platforms, which means basically that typically Nintendo consoles have a 5 to 6 year life cycle, give or take, and with the Nintendo Switch, he believes things could change. I could totally see this happening, considering the fact that Nintendo handhelds have been selling great throughout the years, whereas consoles, yes, the Wii had a big spike because it was kind of a phenomenon, but if you look at the trajectory of each console leading up to that, it's more of a downward spiral, which obviously changed with the Nintendo Switch. Things are looking up again, fastest selling console of all time, great, awesome. But the Nintendo Switch isn't just bringing in the console fans, but also the big handheld market that Nintendo has continued to thrive in. 3DS started off rocky, but then ended up selling like crazy, still selling great to my knowledge. And the Switch is looking like it has more similarities to Nintendo's handheld market in comparison to their console market, which I think is awesome. I think with the Switch, they have the ability to prolong this life cycle, like Shigeru Miyamoto said. I'm curious if they will take the DS route and the Game Boy route, where they're gonna have different iterations every couple years. I personally think that the Switch right now has the ability to last at least 2 more years on the market without any type of upgrading or downsizing, or maybe just a portable version. There's a lot of people that say they want that, but I mean, I just don't understand what exactly they could be doing different. The Switch is already portable, so why have a version that's only portable, besides the fact that they could sell it for cheaper, which, I mean, the Switch is only $300. In my opinion, that's not that much. But I'm curious your guys' opinion. Do you think that the Switch should have just a portable version? That would kind of ruin the whole aspect of the name Switch and maybe have to change it. I don't know what they would change it into. But yeah, the Switch is continuing to sell like hotcakes, which I would love to see continue. Nintendo has already stated in the past, can't remember who, but someone at Nintendo said that they want to have multiple Switches in one household, which would be a pretty big deal. And there is some awesome games that can implement some local play, which would be cool for everyone in the family. The one thing I think that seems to be missing from that would be some type of family sharing game plan. If Nintendo wants a household to have multiple Switches in there, I think it would only make sense to have some type of game sharing thing. Like PS4 and Xbox One, you can kind of cheat the system, have 2 consoles with all the same games on them by making one primary and one secondary. You can share with your friend by sharing accounts. It's a weird thing, but I think Nintendo, it'd be cool of them to do some type of family sharing plan with their subscription service that we don't really know anything about. I spoke in my last video how I think it should be some type of game subscription, kind of like Xbox's Game Pass. I think if you could have some type of family sharing ordeal where you guys can all share the games, pay one monthly price. Obviously not like a family more than like 3 or 4 people, but you know what I mean. But yeah, since I think the Switch is more in line with Nintendo's handheld history, I could totally see them extending this life cycle and giving us new iterations, smaller versions, bigger versions, versions that are more powerful, kind of like the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. I think it'd be cool to have an optional thing where you could upgrade if you want to, but your old one can still play all the games. Not sure how hard that would be from a developing standpoint. I know developers are already developing games for the PS4, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, and PC, sometimes Switch. So it's already pretty crazy enough, but I think upgrading the Switch's specs would totally have a lot of people jumping in on that. Or just a portable version in general, I think would have a lot of people jumping in on that. I think Nintendo's going to explore all them angles. As we've seen, they've done stuff like the 3DS XL, the 2DS, the 2DS XL. At first, it always seems like a weird decision for Nintendo to make something like a 2DS that looks like a doorstop, but obviously they know what they're doing. Those things sell. They've been selling like crazy, and I think that's really awesome. I think they're going to do the same thing with Switch. I personally hope they don't really touch the hardware for a little bit longer. I think it still needs some more room to breathe. In some areas, it's still even hard to find a Switch, so I don't think they should go in and change the hardware just yet. I think get this hardware in people's hands. It's already great. It's not like a DS situation, like the first DS was kind of bulky and ugly. It's already sleek looking, feels great. It doesn't feel like a kid machine, kind of like the Wii U tablet did. It feels more like an adult piece of hardware. But that's all I really got today. I want to know what you think. Do you think that Nintendo will be able to prolong the Switch's life cycle, surpass maybe 6, 7, 8 years? That would be awesome in my opinion. I don't really think that the console generations are as big a deal as they used to be. As Nintendo's proven, you don't really need higher specs to make great games, great looking games. So I think if they continue with the Switch, I think they should completely get rid of the 3DS. I know a lot of people love the 3DS, but I personally think that the Switch will thrive even more once they cut off the 3DS aspect, because they already are getting people from their portable market and their home console market. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think. This has been the Nintendo News Block. I'm Brett Medlock. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video, or leave a comment below. Let me know if you think I'm stupid, smart, ugly, handsome. I will talk to you guys later.